A surgical pioneer at Keck Hospital is changing medicine one procedure at a time with a surprising tool, robots.
A downtown Los Angeles park got new meaning today as the San Gabriel Band of Mission Indians celebrated their history.
And 12 more hostages are now free. We'll talk with a Middle East expert about what this means for the ongoing Israel-Hamas war.
Annenberg TV News is next.
Hamas just released 12 more hostages after a humanitarian pause in fighting between Hamas and Israel was extended on Monday for an additional 48 hours. Hi, I'm Aidan Williams.
And I'm Cheyenne Dixon. The hostages were brought to Egypt in exchange for Israel's release of 30 Palestinian prisoners. The hostages were Israeli women ranging in ages from 17 to 84. According to a list released by the Israeli Prime Minister's office, today marks the 5th day of the temporary ceasefire, but one foreign policy expert says there is still more progress to be made.
This release of hostages is very transactional. I don't think we can glean any sort of long-term meaning from it. The release of the hostages shows that Israel is willing to engage with Hamas in some capacity. So there needs to be some serious discussion about a two-state solution, because without that, it's really a bunch of bad options, including what's happening right now on the ground in Gaza.
None of the hostages released today are American. The truce is due to end after one more hostage and prisoner exchange tomorrow night.
The aftermath of USC professor John Strauss's inflammatory comments during a pro-Palestinian rally continues to play out. Petitions for and against the professor's firing have racked up thousands of signatures. Strauss is currently barred from stepping foot on campus, now teaching his undergrad and graduate classes online. The petition calling for his firing has received over 7,000 signatures in mere weeks, while the petition calling for Strauss to return to campus has received 16,000. In a new statement provided by USC, the administration said, quote, "The university directed Strauss to teach his 2 remaining classes online and to remain off campus as a precautionary measure until classes are finished this term, to minimize disruptions in the classroom and to ensure a safe environment for both him and students. He has in no way been disciplined or punished for engaging in protected speech." There is no word yet on whether Professor Strauss will be allowed to resume teaching on campus next semester.
Members of the Gabrielino Tongva San Gabriel Band of Mission Indians honored their ancestors with a song and prayers at a renaming ceremony today. The park just across from Union Station, which was called Father Sarah Park, is now Yaanga Park.
Acknowledging those who came before us and continue to acknowledge the Tongva ancestors here in LA.
The park's new name refers to the original indigenous settlement in what is now downtown Los Angeles. The mayor said all Angelinos can honor indigenous history regardless of their ancestry.
I've always felt a tremendous amount of solidarity with the Native American population because as an African American, I actually don't know who my ancestors are. Not a good part of our history, but all of our history is what makes us who we are.
The park is no longer named for Father Sarah, the 18th century Spanish missionary who built a string of missions from San Diego using forced indigenous laborers. We have a major development tonight in the shooting death of sheriff's deputy earlier this year. Reporter Michael Mellinger joins us live from now, the Media Center, with this update.
Thanks, Cheyenne. The family of Ryan Klinkenbroomer has filed a $20 million claim against LA County and the Sheriff's Department. Their son ambushed and killed this past September in Palmdale while on duty in a parked patrol car.
I don't want any parent to ever have to sit at a Thanksgiving or holiday dinner with someone missing like we had to this year.
A bombshell claim filed yesterday in the killing of Ryan Klinkenbroomer, alleging the, quote, mind-numbing overtime the deputy was required to work resulted in his death.
I see people protected
They want to make sure no other family has to suffer a year or any year without having their loved ones at Thanksgiving because of policies and practices that created serious risks of injury and death.
The claim seeking $20 million.
Certainly this case is about more than money. The family did mention today that the money was only a small portion of it. They're interested in justice, of course, but also in change.
The deputy was killed in an ambush attack in mid-September while sitting in his patrol vehicle. The alleged attacker, Kevin Salazar, awaiting trial now for murder. District Attorney George Gascon announcing last month he won't seek the death penalty. The father of Ryan Klinkenbroomer also speaking out this morning.
I'm a retired 32-year veteran of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, and I worked 3 years in patrol as a field sergeant. My number one goal as a field sergeant was to ensure that those deputies went home every night, and I can't do that for my son anymore.
And look, the claim filed yesterday is a precursor to a lawsuit, giving the government now 45 days to respond. After that, the family and attorney can move forward with a formal lawsuit. In the media center tonight, Michael Mellinger, Cheyenne, Aiden, back to you guys.
Thank you, Michael. Sports Illustrated is currently facing major backlash for publishing articles made with artificial intelligence and AI-generated authors. The news was first reported by Futurism.com, who noticed the article's authors could not be found anywhere outside of Sports Illustrated. The alleged author bios were filled with surface information and contained AI-generated headshots. Sports Illustrated later claimed the articles were provided by Advon Commerce, a third-party content partner. In a tweet published Monday afternoon, Sports Illustrated said, quote, "All of the articles in question were written and edited by humans. However, we have learned that Advon has writers using a pen or pseudonym in certain articles. We're removing the content while our internal investigation continues and have since ended the partnership." Sports Illustrated is not the only media company under fire for AI-generated content. BuzzFeed, USA Today, and The Street have all been caught using AI in the past.
It turns out Zoom fatigue is actually a thing. 3 years after the COVID pandemic, a new study shows that video conferencing affects students' psychological and physical health.
Yeah, for me, I was less motivated to do things because I didn't have to get up and get ready for most of the Zooms.
In school, in person, it was kind of stressful for me because I had many distractions, and in Zoom, I was distracted as well, but it was more focused on okay, I have school at this time and I have time to do more activities at different times. It was just time management, and that helped me become a better student.
A study in the journal Scientific Reports show that students are still feeling the effects of Zoom fatigue. That includes brain fatigue and a shortened attention span. That's in contrast to students who attend in-person classes who reported feeling livelier, happier, and are more active. A USC professor says there are ways to combat the problem.
I think mixing it up a little bit and even just talk with the professors. I think it's possible to have little breaks or have breakout rooms where you can talk in small groups. I think it's very important for learning to mix up the situation, or if minimally, at least stand up, stretch every so often when the learner is feeling fatigued.
A major takeaway from the recent study is that video conferencing should be considered as a complement to face-to-face interaction, but not as a substitute.
A Keck medicine doctor is operating in a new frontier in what could be the world's first bladder transplant. Reporter Alexandra Goldberg was in the operating today with her camera.
A team of urologists at Keck Hospital are performing a routine prostate surgery using a 4-armed robot. Dr. Annenberg Gill said he's used the Da Vinci Xi thousands of times and now may use it to perform the world's first bladder transplant.
It's never been done before, so this would be, if and when it were to happen, it would be first in human.
This groundbreaking surgery would relieve a patient with a terminally diseased bladder and replace it with a bladder from a human donor. Dr. Gill said him and his team are the first and only surgical team to be approved by the United Network for Organ Sharing for this bladder transplant.
and makes us feel really good that our concept is now beginning to take shape into reality.
Surgeons operate the robot at a console machine where they use their hands and feet to move instruments inside of the patient's body.
You are not seeing anything else around in the room. Your head is in there, and the only thing you see is the inside of the patient's abdomen, belly, for example, in the urologic case.
Gil and his team of urologists have worked for about 2 years on the initial prep work and are now actively looking to enroll participants in the clinical trial. Gil said he predicts the world's first bladder transplant will happen within the next 6 months. With Annenberg TV News, I'm Alexandra Goldberg.
Dr. Gill said robotic advancements like artificial intelligence could also be the future of surgery. Spreading cheer for all to hear, happy Giving Tuesday. Find out how one USC professor is giving back.
The sea was put back in sea lion today as one of California's favorite mammals returned home.
And the new Hunger Games movie welcomes audiences to the 10th annual Hunger Games, but not everyone's loving the new cast of characters. Find out why.
Let me tell you how we amplify our Latine voices. Check out Dímelo. We have it all. Deportes.
Entertainment. Noticias. ¿Qué tal? Soy Mariela Gómez y bienvenidos a Dímelo Ahora.
Radio and podcasting.
Comida y cultura. Digital social media.
¿A qué equipo le vas tú? LA Galaxy o LAFC? Dímelo is the only Latina-focused media outlet at USC. Dímelo. We have it all.
Dímelo. We have it all.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet, the pottery that grows. It's fun and easy. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, keep it watered, and watch it grow. And now grow a whole collection of fun with chia teddy bears, puppies, kittens, rams, bulls. There's even a chia tree to keep your pets company. Chia Pets and Trees, the pottery that grows.
The Chia Pet and Chia Tree are available at Kmart, Rite Aid, Ames, and Woolworth. Makes a great gift.
2 seal lion pups were released back into the ocean today after being rescued and rehabilitated by the Marine Mammal Care Center. The sea lions named Holly and Joy were brought into the care center earlier this year after being found stranded. One was found on a front porch while the other was suffering from bad health and an eye injury. They have since gone through a rehab program to get them healthy and prepared them to be re-enter the wild.
Joy, because she's been there so long, and when they come in as little pups, there's so many risks to their success. They can habituate to humans. They're very social animals. That would stop her from being successful in the wild, whether she picks up the foraging skills that would make her successful. So seeing her overcome those odds and be successful it's a dose of joy.
The care center encourages those wanting to help to their cause to donate or volunteer. If you see any sea lions distressed, they ask to keep your distance and call them for additional help.
Today is Giving Tuesday. After a Black Friday weekend filled with shopping deals, it's a day that encourages people to give back. The Tuesday after Thanksgiving is called Giving Tuesday. It was started in 2012 as a global movement for activism and generosity, where people are asked to give back either by donating or volunteering. Many schools at USC rely on this day to raise money for some of their most important projects.
It is a pretty important day. We usually get the most amount of dollars in one day today, and so that's always a really exciting thing to get to see.
Giving Tuesday is a national holiday, at this point, and it really showcases how the world comes together to give and to support. And at Keck, it showcases how we fight on for good health.
At Annenberg today, members of the Jester and Farley Fund were selling copies of David Saltzman's The Jester Has Lost His Jingle. Book sales were to raise money for children suffering from serious illnesses.
The Jester story really revolves around David's attitude toward life, even when he was facing dire consequences. He has funny adventures, he has serious adventures too, but he never gives up, and that is exactly what this book does. It fills people up with joy, especially when they need that message.
The nonprofit was founded in 2000 to commemorate the life of the author David Saltzman, who died at age 22 from Hodgkin's disease. Proceeds from the sale of books and dolls benefit ill and special needs children, as well as literacy projects. The children's book was published 27 years ago with nearly 450,000 copies in print. It is available in both English and Spanish.
Welcome back to Trending Tuesday, where we share some insight on the latest trends. The Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is #1 at the box office, just shy of the 200 million milestone.
The Hunger Games are to punish the districts. Those tributes don't have a choice.
Your role is to turn these children into spectacles, not survivors.
This Hunger Games isn't as successful as the previous 4 films in the franchise, but some fans have been raving about the performance of Tom Blythe and Rachel Zegler.
Got to agree with a lot of the character complaints. I feel like it's a really entertaining movie, really good blockbuster, but Snow's character just moves in such a violent, dark way so quickly. I also did not buy his romance at all with Rachel Zegler. I don't know if it's different in the books, but felt like it came out really, really rapidly and abruptly, and I wasn't invested at all by the time that collapsed.
I know after this, I am running to the theaters to form my own opinions about the newest Hunger Games. Well, Marina's in downtown Los Angeles at LA Live. Marina, how's the weather looking over there?
Thanks, Cheyenne. It is a beautiful evening here in downtown Los Angeles with a current temperature of 65 degrees. Behind me, people are gathered celebrating the holiday season Cali style. Despite the lack of winter temperatures, there is no shortage of holiday spirit here at the beautifully decorated LA Live. Honestly, I don't know how the ice isn't melting, but let's go ahead and look at the 5-day forecast to see if a winter wonderland is in store for us. You can expect a drop in temperatures this week with a 20% chance of rain showers tomorrow and Thursday. Temperatures will stay consistent throughout the week, hitting mid-60s during the day and upper 40s to low 50s in the evenings. Then on Sunday, that persistent LA sun will return with a high of 69, and we can all go back to living in this utopian summer. The LA Live is really getting me in the holiday spirit, so let's go ahead and check in with Justin for sports.
All right, thanks, Marina. Well, the NBA in-season tournament is coming to a close. Stick around and see how the local teams are doing. The good times keep rolling for USC Women's Basketball as the Trojans improve to 5-0 on the season, and the final Pac-12 football season is coming to an end. Let's take a look back on this legendary conference.
Bonjour, je suis le grand musicien.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Yes, that's French they're speaking. And no, these children aren't French. They're American. And they've acquired their amazing new language skills from Muzzy, the remarkable new video language program for children developed by the British Broadcasting Corporation. With this unique BBC language course, children learn a second language with incredible ease. 4 delightful videos quickly become their favorite TV show and teaches children the same way they learned English. Learning another language becomes fun. You'll be amazed when your children begin speaking and understanding their new language from the very first day through this unique method. The entire course, 4 videos, 2 audio cassettes, the activity book, and the Parent's Guide and Answer book is available in French, Spanish, Italian, or German.
To order, use your credit card and call this number. We'll ship and charge you $28.08 a month for 6 months. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call 1-800-424-0700.
Okay, this stuff is really amazing. I mean, I put it in my mouth and I taste watermelon, but it's not just that. I taste strawberry too, but it's kind of like a watermelon-y strawberry put together. Hey, hang on. Sorry about that. And the bubbles are really awesome. I mean, that's why they call it Max, I guess, obviously. That sort of makes sense once you think about it. Oh, I'm Dan, and that's Chuck.
Hubba Max. A whole new kind of bubble. Hey!
All right, welcome back to ATVN. This is Sports. I'm Justin White.
And I'm Karan Rastogi. The undefeated USC Women's Basketball team will take on Cal Poly SLO tonight at Galen Center. The Trojans are ranked number 6 in the AP poll, their highest ranking since 1994. Now they've cruised through their season so far after winning their first 3 games. Then they beat Penn State and Seton Hall in the Baha Mar Pink Flamingo Championship. Freshman Juju Watkins currently leads the Trojans in scoring. Watkins was named Freshman of the Week, again, making her 3 for 3 on winning this award. She's averaging 26.2 points per game, good for 3rd best in the country. Against Penn State, Watkins scored the Trojans' last 5 points, willing them to victory. Cal Poly enters Galen Center with a 2-4 record. The Mustangs' most recent game was a win over Seattle University. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m.
All right, well, as for men's basketball, the Trojans are looking to move forward following a loss to Oklahoma in the championship of the Rady Children's Invitational. Now 4-2 on the season, USC will face Eastern Washington at Galen Center tomorrow at 8 p.m. After that, the Trojans play Gonzaga in Las Vegas on December 2nd. Junior guard Kobe Johnson was on Trojans Live yesterday to talk about the Invitational as well as the next 2 games.
The buzzer.
Obviously, me and the rest of the team aren't taking that too lightly either, but we got to live with it and we got to move on. We got a huge 2 games coming up this week, so we got to lock in, fix all the little details, and we got to come ready to play these next 2 games.
And after Vegas, the Trojans will return to Los Angeles to play Long Beach State on December 10th before heading to Auburn on the 17th.
On Friday, Oregon and Washington will play the last ever Pac-12 game when they meet in the Pac-12 championship. The conference's 108-year-long run will come to an end.
I'm going to miss those rivalries. I mean, the Apple Cup's going to continue on, but the stakes will never be the same. We'll see what happens with the Civil War and just all the old school rivalries. Utah and USC, we were a budding rivalry if we continued this for a decade, and that's no more. So I'm going to miss those rivalry matchups.
Next year, the Pac-12 will have 10 teams moving to 3 different conferences. USC, UCLA, and Oregon, and Washington will all head to the Big Ten. Arizona, Arizona State, Utah, and Colorado will move to the Big 12, with Stanford and Cal heading to the ACC.
The fact that the Pac-12 is not only dissolving, but they're going to 4 different conferences all across the country is going to be really strange. Stanford and Cal in the ACC. So it's the Conference of Champions was a glorious thing while it was here, and I'm sad it's gone.
I'm going to miss probably the fact that we would win games. I'm quite terrified that we are going to get absolutely destroyed in the Big Ten after watching the Michigan-Ohio State game.
It's going to be a lot harder to actually see games, especially away games, because it's going to be a lot further. So I'm going to miss the games in proximity.
So Justin, with this being the final Pac-12 year and it's coming to an end, what are you going to miss most about this?
I think I'm going to miss the rivalries. I mean, there were so many good rivalries in the Pac-12. I mean, you had USC. Well, USC, UCLA will still stick around. That's good. I'm glad for that. But USC, Stanford, there was a lot of great moments. And like it was said on Trojans Live, USC, Utah was looking to be a fantastic rivalry, and now it's just gone. So that, as well as Pac-12 After Dark.
I mean, I think Pac-12 After Dark is one of the things that everyone sort of loves. Nothing's better than getting home and seeing that you have more football. It's bonus football, right? The games being over at midnight, 1 in the morning. Also, the cannibalism, right? Pac-12 can never have nice things. So that's I think, the biggest things that I'm going to miss.
It's certainly a sad time. But anyway, the in-season tournament in the NBA is reaching its end, and the seedings are finally becoming set in stone. The Lakers clinched the top seed in their group, going undefeated in group play. Meanwhile, the Clippers were eliminated from the tournament after going 1-3 in group play. Tomorrow, the Lakers will play the Detroit Pistons at 4 p.m., while the Clippers will play the Sacramento Kings at 7. And that's going to be all from your Tuesday ATVN Sports Team. Thank you for joining us and being a part of what we do every week for the last time this semester. I'm Justin White.
And I'm Karan Rastogi.
We're clocking out now, but you stay put. We've got Safira with more coming up.
Do you have a sweet tooth? Well, this USC student is ready to satisfy all your candy needs. Stay tuned.
Let me tell you how we amplify our Latine voices. Check out Dímelo. We have it all.
Deportes.
entertainment. Noticias. ¿Qué tal? Soy Mariela Gómez y bienvenidos a Dime la Hora.
Radio and podcasting.
Comida y cultura. Digital social media.
¿A qué equipo le vas tú? LA Galaxy o LAFC? Dímelo is the only Latina-focused media outlet at USC. Dímelo, we have it all.
Dímelo, we have it all.
Want quality name brand carpet for less?
Call Empire and you can get quality carpet at the lowest price guaranteed. And no payments for 1 year.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. I've replaced your shoelaces with fruit by the foot.
So you did. I replaced your fingers with fruit by the foot.
Bravo. I've replaced your bones with fruit by the foot.
Indeed you have. I replaced your guitar strings with fruit by the foot.
Seems like a step backwards, but alright. I've replaced your DNA with fruit by the foot. That would be end game, my friend.
Fruit by the foot. Fruit.
Hi, I'm Saphira, and welcome back to Startline, where we cover student-run businesses, or in this case, a prospective student who is using her business to save money for college. With containers full of treats and free samples to give, you can find Monse Santiago selling her homemade chamoy candies on Truesdale, including fun flavors like spicy mango, peach rings, and strawberry belts, a customer favorite.
That is too good. Let me get one of these. I got gushers for myself. I remember in high school, I had friends that used to sell chamoy candy, and it reminds me of where I'm from and also of the local community. So it's awesome.
Santiago started her business in order to save up money to attend USC. As a DACA recipient, Santiago says it's hard to get any financial aid, but that's only made her work harder despite the barriers she faces.
Especially the Latino community, I believe that our group, it's really hard for us to even make it out of our own community. A lot of us try to break barriers. Anything is possible, even if you put your mind into it, even if it means starting a small business, and if it's just candy, anybody can do anything. And don't be afraid to fail, because if you don't fail, you're not learning anything in the process.
Her candies are delicious, so absolutely check her out. She sells on Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from noon to 5. You can also check her business out on her Instagram at TFCandies with an _. That's all for me. Going back to you guys.
And before we go, we want to say thank you to our amazing executive producer, Gabriela Rudy. This is her last day executive producing for Annenberg Media, and we wanted to share our gratitude for all of her help over the semester. We love you, Gabby. Thank you for watching Annenberg TV News. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Aiden Williams.
And I'm Cheyenne Dixon. For more coverage, watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Annenberg Media. Good night.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by, and we fly just like birds of a feather.